Is Wino the architect of American doom metal, about to drop another masterpiece? Last year, the Obsessed thrilled fans with a new album. And now, in 2025, we're bracing for Wino's fourth solo endeavor, Create or Die. But can he continue his reign? Let's dive in and find out. I've spent countless hours singing Wino's praises here at AMG, chronicling his monumental impact on the metal scene. So, I'll spare you another exhaustive biography. But for the uninitiated, Scott Wino Weinrich isn't just a musician. He's a legend. His foundational work with the Obsessed and his later command of St. Vitus injected a crucial dose of streetwise grit and unwavering integrity into the American doom landscape. Think of him as the authentic voice of a generation that often gets overlooked. While his solo work leans more towards the realms of 70s rock, seasoned with Americana and country flavors, that unmistakable doom spirit still bleeds through. Create or Die continues this trend, drawing inspiration from the psychedelic and acid-tinged rock of the 1970s, folk traditions, and country twang. But here's the thing. It's all filtered through the lens of a man who's lived a hard-fought, often turbulent life. He's a man who's battled to realize his artistic visions, even while knowing the mainstream might never fully embrace them. In a way, he's like a raw, untamed version of Bruce Springsteen, crafting heartfelt tributes to those who toil in obscurity, scraping by to make a living. There's a stark, almost brutal beauty to his songwriting. And on Create or Die, he lays his soul bare, tattoos and all, for the world to see. The album kicks off with Anhedonia, a track steeped in 70s rock vibes. Wino's signature gritty guitar work and soulful vocals pulse through the song. The sound isn't a far cry from the Obsessed's The Church Within era, though you can detect a hint of Spirit Caravan spice in Wino's riffs. It's a robust dose of 70s rock, and Wino's unique charm sells it with the same understated swagger as a classic, well-loved Buick Skylark. New Terms throws a curveball, placing the banjo and bodhran front and center, creating a soundscape that evokes images of a backwoods Appalachian distillery. It's surprisingly effective, a testament to Wino's willingness to experiment. One of the early standouts is the emotionally charged and undeniably sincere Never Say Goodbye. This is the kind of soulful ballad that Wino excels at, radiating a simple, comforting sense of humanity. The sonic landscape isn't too distant from Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska period. Tugging at similar heartstrings, Hopeful Defiance injects a shot of metal back into the mix, sounding like a more urgent, energized take on the Obsessed. Wino unleashes a tirade against the establishment, channeling the spirit of a rebellious 60s hippie. And this is the part most people miss. The second half of Create or Die is where Wino truly shines. Us or Them is another highlight. Delivering raw emotion with a lean, mean edge, Wino's stripped-down riffing harkens back to his St. Vitus days, and his vocals perfectly complement his defiant lyrics. There's an undeniable coolness factor here, a gravitas that only Wino can inject into a song. Lost Souls Fly is a melancholic, contemplative piece that stretches over 7 minutes, but the journey never feels arduous. You're simply carried along as Wino narrates tales of life and death, hard-won lessons, and accepted losses. It's strangely beautiful and compelling, despite its minimalist arrangement. The penultimate track, Bury Me in Texas, surprisingly sounds like something Clutch like Conjure Up, with steel guitars intertwining with Wino's weathered vocals. It's like Americana with a metal edge, possessing an authenticity that elevates it above the ordinary. There isn't a single track on this album that I actively dislike. Instead, you're treated to a sharp, diverse collection of moods and ideas drawn from across Wino's extensive career. Wino is an old soul, a songwriter on the same vein as legends like Townes Van Zandt, Johnny Cash, and, as mentioned before, Bruce Springsteen. He writes from the wellspring of his own life experiences, but in doing so, he taps into universal truths about the human condition. Apparently, he's been meticulously crafting some of these songs for years, striving to achieve the perfect form. That level of dedication to the art of songwriting is increasingly rare these days. His lyrics may not always be upbeat, but there's always a glimmer of hope, an appeal to love and beauty woven into his lines. He's blessed with a uniquely distinctive voice, equally suited to acoustic folk and heavy doom. He brings a shabby elegance and weary eloquence to everything he touches, a combination that few can match, making him such a captivating listen. His guitar work throughout Create or Die is both intelligent and satisfying, sometimes heavy, sometimes soft and soothing, but always unmistakably Wino. Whether it's one of Wino's numerous projects or his solo material, you can always count on getting good music overflowing with passion and emotion. Create or Die delivers precisely that. As the man ages and reflects on life, he increasingly embodies the voice of a bygone era, imparting sage wisdom to the younger generation. Though I'm hardly young myself, I'll always be eager to listen and absorb what Wino has to say. You should too. Let's treasure these greats while we still have them. But here's where it gets controversial. Is Wino's consistent sound a strength, or is it time for him to shake things up drastically? Does his adherence to tradition make him a timeless artist, or is he in danger of becoming predictable? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Rating 3.5 out of 5.0. DR7. Format reviewed, lossless. Label, Ripple Music. https ripplemusic.com. Website, facebook.com, Scott Weinrich. https www.facebook.com. Releases worldwide. October 24th, 2025.